All right, today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting fractions. These are actually adding and subtracting rational expressions that are in fractional form. So what you should already know is that before you can add or subtract anything, you have to have a common denominator. Okay? Then, once you do have that common denominator, you should know that you will add across the numerators and keep the denominator, or if you're subtracting, you're going to subtract across the numerators and keep the denominator. So those are just little examples of what it'll look like. So we have two examples for you to work with. You can pause them if you need to write them down. On this first one, we have common denominators already, so we get to keep the denominator, add the numerators, so 3c and 5c is 8c. You should also always make sure that it is simplified all the way. In this case, 8 over 16 is going to simplify, so I get c over 2. Easy enough. Okay. Example 2 has a little bit more going on with it. First of all, these tops have more than one term. Okay, they're bigger than a monomial, which means I need to group them. The reason that we're going to do that is this negative sign is going to need to get distributed to each of those pieces. So I have a common denominator. I'm going to keep it. So I have 5x plus 4, and then when I distribute the negative, it becomes negative 3x plus 8. So now when I combine like terms up there, 5x and negative 3x is 2x, 4 and 8 is 12. It's all over 10. In that top group, I can factor out a 2, which leaves x plus 6. And then this 2 over 10 can simplify, so my final answer is x plus 6 over 5. Okay, so that's when we already have a common denominator. Now, when we don't have a common denominator, like in example 3, it's a little bit more work. Not too much, but just a little. So you always want to make sure that your denominators are in factored form so that you can figure out all the separate factors so you can determine your least common denominator. So this is a group, because we talked about anything bigger than a monomial is a group. And my factors of my LCD are y times y minus 6. So I'm going to have to get new denominators. So I'm going to set up a ratio. That negative I'm going to keep with that second fraction so I don't have to worry about it later on. And I recognize that on this first fraction, 3 over y minus 6, I'm missing y. So that's what I'm going to multiply both by. That gives me 3y. On the bottom, I'm missing y minus 6. So when I distribute negative, that's negative y plus 6. And now all I have to do is combine my tops. So 3y negative y is 2y plus 6 over y times y minus 6. I recognize that I can factor a 2 out. And I can't cross anything out, but this is our answer. Okay. So then we can actually take this and apply it to a word problem. So we want to find the perimeter of a rectangle. So our rectangle looks like this. The width is a over 12. The length is a minus 1 over 4. So we know the area for, or not the area, but the formula for finding perimeter is twice the width plus twice the length. Now that we have that set up, we can actually kind of simplify this, because 2 will go into 12, leaving a 6. 2 will go into 4, leaving a 2. So a over 6 plus a minus 1 over 2. My LCD is 6, so I know I need to multiply this by 3. When I do that, I get a over 6 plus 3a minus 3 over 6. A and 3a is 4a minus 3 divided by 6. By the way, the phrase of the day today is serendipity, so make sure you get that written down so that we don't think that you cheated. If you're trying to get your friend in trouble, tell them that the phrase of the day today is Mrs. Bunch loves pink. She'll love that. All right, so now that we've taught you how to do it, we want you to try it. So I have 3 different examples for you to try. So there's the first 2. Give you a minute on that first one. If you need to pause it because I moved too fast, you can do so. And then there's the third example. So make sure your teachers are going to expect to see all of the work for these 3 problems when you turn this paper in. And if you have any questions, make sure to attend tutorial on Wednesday morning. Good luck.